Hey, lovely to meet you, and welcome to London. How are you finding it?
I find it nice. I love the weather.
You do?
I do. I love the weather and the mist and the gray clouds. Like, that's my thing.
You're a director.
No, I am. I was like, if somebody give me a laptop right now, I'll start writing.
You said
it just feels good. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm glad you appreciate our wonderful weather.
Oh.
So
the people. Sorry, not just the weather. The people.
Yeah, you threw me off there. Yeah, the people are lovely too. We're great people.
You said I love it too.
Yeah. So the legacy of Rocky and now Creed. How did you manage the weight of expectation, and what was your kind of process in how you were going to put your stamp on this franchise?
Yeah, it was just a matter of finding those windows. There was a lot of expectation. I think for me, it was one, listening to the people and then just approaching as a fan. I suppose the easiest way to go, like what would I want to see in a fight? What would I want to see in this kind of movie? Because I feel like I can relate to the audience a bit, and figure out what they like. And then at the same time, just trying to find areas that can be fresh, innovative within the fight scenes, within the visual style and storytelling. I think I found my pockets,
Yeah.
I think I found my pockets.
I like that you said that you kind of went with what you would like, what you wanted to see, because then it is a very relatable kind of the highs and lows. I was speaking to Michael yesterday, and I said all the right bits where everyone's like, oh my gosh, and you really drew people in. So is that kind of, that was your thought process? Like, yeah, this is what would make me emote.
What would make me get up and be
screen,
like, oh, I'm excited. Well, like, oh man, that hurt.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I think, because for everyone it could be a little different. And I knew with a project like this, if I were to fail, I would want to walk away feeling good and knowing that I went with my instinct. With something that, you had to shoot in such a short time frame, you can only go off of your instincts. If you start to go geared towards just only what other people want, then at the end of the day, if you come up with something that missed the mark, you won't be able to live with yourself.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. So you've got an indie background, and you've done this kind of indie to big studio.
Yeah.
And similar to what Ryan Coogler did. You did The Land, and now you've done Creed.
Yeah.
Was there any kind of anything that surprised you? Obviously, you get the bigger budget, but was there anything that was really surprisingly different from working on a studio feature? And have you been bitten by the studio bug, or are you an indie director by heart?
Not necessarily. I had a tough indie experience trying to make the film. Obviously trying to raise money and get it, so they both felt equally tough. Creatively, I guess, maybe just because this is a franchise and there's certain guidelines and a little bit of a box, right, parameters, whereas like the indie is like, oh, it's your world, you get to play with it a little bit more, you can do whatever you want almost, as long as it gets to a festival and you could hopefully sell the picture. But no, not too much threw me off. I think just the fact that if you focused on the storytelling, you have the same amount of pressure, because you're just worried about the story being good. Sure. But just a few departments that I've never played in before, like visual effects, stuff like that, felt pretty new. And fighting, obviously choreography, that was new. So it's a few new things on a project that I had to learn pretty quickly.
So, speaking of departments, you've got quite an extensive crew background. Do you feel that fed into your skill as a director, that because you've kind of had experience behind the camera, it informs you to make you maybe a better director?
A bit. If I'm better, that's great. Yeah, if I'm good, I'll take that. No, for sure, because you get to see every angle. Like I PDA'd on a lot of sets, helped produced. I did sound, you know what I mean? Sound was one of my favorite things in film school. And so I try to carry that over to this, use sound as a way of telling stories. But yeah, completely. It helps you become more well-rounded, understanding every department and what they do, especially when you're starting to communicate across a bigger board. And
with diversity and that thing, we're having this conversation in London as well about crewing up back behind the scenes with more diverse people.
Black people,
is
women,
that something
for sure.
That you're
completely, man.
Obviously.
That's like goal number one. I find that more gratifying than actually making a movie, is the fact that I'm there, Ryan Coogler's there, Michael B. Jordan's a producer, as well as an actor. My editor is Pakistani, Syra. All that kind of stuff. My assistant, who's now a producer, is Mexican. We're just like a group of people, and there's definitely a strong movement. And again, to contribute to that, it's extremely important.